that should be going now. Wonderful. Alrighty, everybody. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for showing up today. I will just be taking a quick moment to thank everyone watching online, as well as those of you who are joined today. We are going to be joined by our local provincial representatives, the Ontario Trillium Foundation, program members, as well as Habitat for Humanity Huronia representatives. Before I begin, I will read our land acknowledgement. If you are joining us today from outside of the stated territories, I'll welcome you to please leave your land acknowledgement in the chat. So Habitat for Humanity Huronia acknowledges that we are situated on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe people. They include the Ojibwe, Odawa, Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and respect with all First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people. So today is a day for happiness and celebration as we all come together to thank the Ontario Trillium Foundation for their kindness and generosity for sponsoring the Habitat for Humanity Huronia's pilot program. My name is Catherine McGregor, and I was the one that over the course of the past year, I developed and ran the program. So this program was dedicated to assisting young adults in the Simcoe area that want to receive the skills and tools needed to enter into the construction trades. Some of you might not know this, but Canada actually is in a huge area of concern for construction trade employees. Currently, there are 250,000 vacancies, with this looking to grow exponentially within the next 15 years as more and more people retire. Unfortunately, as most sectors understand this, COVID-19 has played an awful effect into those trades too, as we're no longer able to get skilled laborers from outside of the country. The Habitat Young Adult Trade Program assisted young adults aged 18 to 30 learn necessary skills through a variety of workshops. These workshops included topics such as first aid certification, fundraising, resume writing and job application skills, understanding charities, and finally workplace safety. With these core skills in place, our participants will be working on a build site in the coming weeks. First, learning about hand and power tool safety, and finally, they're going to be putting all our learned skills together to assist with actually building on our build site in Onessa Road in Barrie. This program has been a wonderful success that I hope will continue to grow one day into a much larger venture to assist more young adults with a new career path. Once again, I would like to thank the Ontario Trillium Foundation for their constant support and generosity through every step of our pilot program. So again, I just like to thank all of you for taking the time to come out today. I know it's very busy, especially with our provincial members, super busy. And with that, I'd like to extend my welcome to MPP Kanjan to take the floor with any words.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Catherine. And you're just a great example of how we really want to build up this province, not only on the infrastructure side and housing with all the work that Robert's doing at Habitat for Humanity, and of course, Tasha as well, but also what we're doing to build up the skills trades force to make it happen. I mean, many of you who've been in the construction field and building up incredible homes for people and giving them a second life and a second hope for a future under a roof called a home is you understand that we need the labor to of course build those homes. And so our government's really embarked from day one to really double down on the skills trades agenda, whether it was getting rid of the College of Trades, which was a huge impediment, whether it was changing the ratio, whether now it's giving free training to electricians, investing in the second career program, or providing incentives like the skills trades tax credit. All of these things, the reason they're important is it helps build more homes, and it helps Habitat for Humanity, of course, continue doing its great work. And I remember Robert, when you and I sat in my boardroom pre-COVID, and you had mentioned all the great ambitions that you have, both in my communities that I represent, South Barrie and in Innisfil, but you cover all of Simcoe County, and I just want to commend you for the work you do, because when I met those families by Essa Road, when we did the announcement near Mapleton, they were just so excited, and the kids, they were just so excited to be able to decorate their room. And what I love about what home ownership provides, it also provides, it's not just hope, but it's the mental health, the stability, the warmth, the connection to community. It's so much more than just bricks and mortars and hammers and nails. It's community building exercise. So I want to thank you for what you're doing. You've proven to be great leaders in the community. All you have to do is look at the new Restore. the largest we've got in I think Ontario, right? Which is amazing, and it just shows you how great your organizations has really built up, and the work that you're doing. So I'm just delighted to be a part of this. I'm delighted that the Ontario Trillium Foundation application that you have applied for was successful. And I really believe in what you do with Habitat for Humanity, Humanity Huronia specifically. And you really do faithfully serve the community in so many unique ways to help families, to help young people. And this new chapter that you're embarking on when it comes to training and assisting people with training on all fronts for in-demand skills is really commendable. And I want to thank you because government can't do it alone. We have to partner with folks like yourself to drive success. So really grateful for you stepping up to do this, and congratulations.
Andrea, you're hired.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your words, Andrea. I'd like to then open the floor to MPP Downey to say some words himself.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I along with Andrea, we talk about Habitat for Humanity and the great things that you're doing in our communities. And it is home ownership, home pride of place. And now you're into the skills space, which is giving pathways to people who may not have them otherwise, and real practical. But the thing that I love the most is that it's also embedding within them an appreciation for nonprofits, for the volunteerism that happens in our community. It's not just moving them into a space, it's moving them in with services and an understanding of the community that they're in. So I think it's phenomenal. I think it's great not just for the parents, but also for the kids, because the kids are seeing modeling happening in their community that we hope to have carry on through next generations, because that's how it works. And look, I know COVID's had a bit of a damper, but now that we're opening back up, I know Andrea can swing a hammer. I've seen her curl. She beat me. She's multi-talented. I've got a tool belt. I would love to get out there with you guys, and if there's anything we can do in terms of motivating the people that are on this new career path, that helps us, because you've talked about the shortage of trades, the quite frankly, the crisis we're going to be in if we don't do something. And Andrea went through a number of the government actions that we've taken, but overlaid on that, because it's kids, we put in tax credits for childcare. We're institutional childcare. We landed maybe not the first deal, but definitely the best deal with the feds on that. So I'm excited to support families with jobs, with places to live, and with an appreciation for the community. So thank you. You're touching on all of those things, and I want to thank the Trillium Foundation for all the work that they do. They go through so many applications to find worthy recipients, and the way that they do their job makes a huge impact in our community. So I want to thank them as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your kind words. I'm now going to open the floor to Mr. Nalan De Silva from the Ontario Trillium Foundation. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to say a few words on behalf of my fellow volunteers with the OTF. As you know, the OTF is an agency of the Government of Ontario, and we're one of the largest granting foundations in Canada. Using the funds that we received from the Ontario government, the OTF was able to award over 1,300 grants last year to nonprofits across Ontario. Since 1982, the OTF has been focused on making a difference through our grant making and helping nonprofit organizations like the Habitat of Humanity to build a healthier and more vibrant communities. In the early 2020s, you presented the OTF with a strong application for one of our seed grants. These grants were designed to help nonprofits pilot innovative new programs, and the one that you outlined for us really caught our attention. It focused on giving young adults the tools to pursue careers in the construction field, offering training and mentoring opportunities that will help open doors for their future career path. I know that you want to speak to the program in more detail in just a few moments, but I would like to touch on some of the things that your $57,400 grant has helped with. We know that Habitat continues to pay it forward, not only here in Barrie, but in the countries across the globe, giving low-income families the opportunity to realize their dreams and owning their home. Thank you for approaching the OTF to help you with this program and ongoing to have a long-term impact. I look forward to sharing what I've learned with my fellow OTF volunteers. So congratulations and thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again. And finally, I'm going to be opening the floor to Mr. Robert Sequoia, CEO of Habitat.
So most of you on here have heard me babble on about Habitat and what we do and how we do it, and I'm gonna spare you that. What I'm gonna talk about is our commitment to always fight this crisis that we have in front of us with regards to affordable housing, and it is a crisis that we face here in Ontario. There is no doubt. But our little niche allows things to open up with regards to rentals, which would, and is a real pathway for getting into a traditional home mortgage. Our model allows us to do this in perpetuity, which is very valuable for the municipality, for our community, but also gives us the strength to move forward. And that was the real change that we made when I took over here at Habitat. It's been able to facilitate land donations like the one in Innisfil, hopefully the one in Barrie that I'm still working on. But this commitment to battle home ownership isn't the only battle that we have. As a builder, and we have to look at ourselves as a builder, the trades that come and build on our sites, while some of them do donate and some of them do volunteer and some manufacturers do donate, there's still a cost associated with this. And this cost is going to go through the roof because of the labor shortage that we're going to see in construction and in the trades. For me, I'm in my position because of construction. I was a construction director. I was in construction, owned my own company for years. There's so many avenues within that sphere that people need to be introduced to. And I think with our focus being primarily on building homes, our Ontario Trillium partnership allowed us to actually broaden that scope and include what is soon to be a crisis in home building, which means the price cost of living. So with the pilot project, the value that comes through that is that we get people that may have not wanted to be in construction or may have not known a pathway to get into the trades. It allows them to get a basic level understanding, meanwhile introducing them to trades on site where they can make the connection and they can start their apprenticeship and maybe get into the workforce faster than they thought was possible. So with that, the Ontario Trillium Foundation partnership was vital. We didn't have the funds to stabilize this, so I thank them on that. One thing that we can't oversee is the fact that this program, and once it's expanded, the biggest factor will be the financial stability that we have in our community with our youth coming up and learning the trades and realizing the potential financial gains that can be made being in the trade. So there's so many levels to what we're doing here, and it's only the beginning, and it is the pilot project, but we can definitely build upon this. Without doubt, I have to say I'm grateful to Ontario Trillium Foundation for supporting our vision and partnering with us to allow the youth a path and an option towards a rewarding future. Building our youth up while addressing a labor need is a win-win for all. I'm going to talk now to our government. The things that have come into play with the government over the past 4 years to address home ownership, the crisis of housing, affordable living, all of it under one roof has been phenomenal. Being in Habitat for 7 years now, we've always preached this. It's finally good to see the government have put some teeth into what they say and provided these programs. So Andrea, Doug, like I can't express how the industry has welcomed what you guys have done, because we've been crying for it for a long time. I'm going to thank you both together, Andrea, your office, and Doug, and your office, for always being consistent and your ever-present support of what Habitat does. You've always been a strong believer in our mission, but more importantly, both of you have been strong believers in what the community needs, and you've listened and you've put in place these maneuvers so that our community could be as tight it is. I'm a GTA guy that came up here, and I'm overwhelmed with Simcoe County. I did not see that down there. The community, I don't even know the wording. The community support that everybody gives to each other up here is phenomenal. But you guys are living examples of that. So everybody on this panel, I want to thank. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Catherine for all the work that she's put in onto this program. She's built this baby from 0 to 100. So again, congratulations to everybody for making this happen. But I want to give you a big thank you from us for allowing us to strengthen our resolve on getting affordable living, a battle that they may end up losing. So that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Rob. And then just before we go, Danielle is actually one of the members in our media group, which is really great. And I just want to thank all of the members that couldn't be here today for their hard work and diligence throughout the entire program. There were a lot of growing pains at times, you know, with shutdowns and different things that would come up, and they were always so kind and patient. So I just want to extend a thanks to them as well. Well, that kind of wraps up everything today. So thank you again, everyone, for coming out today and celebrating the success of our pilot program. Once more, on behalf of Habitat for Humanity, Huronia, I'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the Ontario Trillium Foundation for support on this initiative. Thank you again, everybody, for coming on out.
Andrea, Doug, you guys will not escape my my build site. You're
All
getting
right.
the invite soon.
Okay,
All right.
I'll get the tools ready. Thank you. Congrats, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you
you.
again, Evan. And good luck in the upcoming election season.
None needed. You're good.